Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. There's a couple of stocks I want to look at. Let's take a quick look at the indexes. So what I'm going to do here is I got a daily chart over here, 30-minute chart over here. Let's look at Roku. If we look at a daily chart on Roku, it is certainly extended. We've rocketed up from about $90 up to 106. And the question here is, gosh, is this thing going to roll over and die, or is it going to take out the highs? Well, if we go over to the 30-minute chart, you can see we've got a really awesome squeeze pro setting in place. You can see that the early warning system here is turning green, saying that this is about to fire. So if there's any moment in time where this is going to take out that high and go, it's actually, there's a high probability it's poised to do that right now. So I do like some shorter term long call option ideas on this, simply because this is a 30-minute chart. I'm not planning on being in this trade for 8 or 10 days, only for about a day or two. Now, if this thing really gets going, if we measure the price extensions here, from this swing high to this swing low, you can see that the 1272 extension up there would take us to $111 and the 1618 up to 118. Now, with something like that, that would be a further out trade, looking at August monthly options or even buying the stock itself. But that's the potential of what this stock has. Not only does it have great technicals, but it also has great fundamentals. For people who are canceling services, I have actually yet to meet anybody who's canceled Netflix because they're losing friends. But for people who are canceling those services, everybody's going into Roku. Roku is actually light years ahead of a lot of these guys in terms of being able to gather all of these online services in one place. So that's being reflected in the price of the stock. So both a fundamental stock and a technical stock. The other one here is Beyond Meat, or which I like to call Beyond Flesh. This stock here, we've got now, of course, this is a newer stock, right? But this is our first daily squeeze setting up. You can see here that we got the daily momentum here has changed. Now, I don't know if we can take out that $200 high, but keep in mind here what's happening here in the stock. This is not a fundamental play, right? I think the stock is incredibly overvalued, but I'm not shorting it. Why is that? Well, there's a lot of short interest in the stock, and the cost to carry on these shorts is going through the roof. What does that mean? If you short stock, you actually have to pay a borrowing fee, and it's getting ridiculously high. So what happens is if you've got a lot of funds who are short, okay, they're losing money and they're having to pay a high borrowing fee, it causes them to throw in the towel. I actually expect a pretty solid move. You can see this 30-minute squeeze here. We had a really good move off of 155 to where we are right now. We don't have a 30-minute squeeze right here, but I am looking for continued upside. All right, so those are some good option trades, but let's take a look at what I would just call some interesting stock trades. All right, so for those of you that don't know, we did a webinar with TG tonight. He is not new to trading, but he's new to our company. He joined us back in January. And I was giving a talk at a Traders Expo in Vegas, and he approached me and just started talking through his methodology, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is something that we've been looking for. This is not something that we currently have, and this is a system for focusing just on stocks that's better than anything that I've seen before. Now, the great thing with this is that if you trade stocks, of course, this is great because we actually don't have any services right now that focus on stocks. He focuses on end-of-day stock signals, okay? But obviously, if you trade options, you could trade options on those signals. So here's the great thing about all this. So with this program, there are 12 live trading sessions once per month, okay? So you can kind of learn about his system and what he does, push notifications to your phone, and also interactive Q&A, all right? So what exactly is this? So if you've seen his webinar, you're going to know exactly what the system is. And honestly, I cannot do it justice here in 30 seconds. He's an engineer and a pilot. And if you are an engineer or know an engineer, or if you are a pilot or you know a pilot, you'll know how painstakingly accurate they have to be in order to feel comfortable that a signal that they have is valid, because they bring all that engineering and all that pilot experience into that. We're literally a checklist when you're flying a plane is the difference between life and death. And he's got the same thing going with the setups that he does with indicators that he has created. So, and again, I can't even explain to you in the course of 30 seconds what that is. He's done a whole hour-long webinar on this. So if you haven't seen the webinar, that's fine. That's something that we'll have posted to the site. But here's the main thing here. You can actually try this out for 30 days for just $7. So for $7, not only are you going to get something that's only focused on stocks, but this is unique in terms of anything that we have ever done. So this is something that I'm following. I like to see what he's been doing. He works here at the office in Austin. We talk about the markets and different things going on in stocks. And look, I'm excited for you guys to get a chance to do this as well. So the nice thing about this, again, $7, 30 days. You don't even really have to understand or know what it does to at least just kind of try it out. We're not going to do a trial to this again, so after this is over, if you ever want to do this, you just actually have to sign up and pay. And then from there, it's a very reasonable quarterly or annual program. All right, so that's what we got, and simplertrading.com/Moxie. Have fun with this. You guys have fun with the markets, and we'll see you at expiration tomorrow.